Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, an all-encompassing personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From wellness, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and manifestation, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I will be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface. Because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. Hello, Empowered fam. I am going to try my absolute darndest to keep this episode short. I know, we've heard it a million times, but I am tight on time today, heading to go visit family for a clam bake in Ohio. Real quick day trip, turnaround. One of my absolute favorite cousins is coming up from Alabama. So I had to make sure I went to see her while she was home. So real quick trip. With that being said, last week's episode was all about really being able to decipher and decode what is our ego versus what is our higher self, and listening to our intuition and nurturing that, and how that feels in your body, and how to really start to nurture that relationship and be able to make aligned decisions based on the communication that you're getting from within yourself, because we have all the answers that we'll ever need within ourselves already. And that's what I'm always here to empower you to be able to do on your own and gain that courage and confidence and competence, and just remembering the wisdom that is built in with all of us. So if you have not listened to that episode, go back and listen to it. And today we are going to talk about, I kind of brought it up a little bit in the last episode, but when it comes to being our authentic self and being in alignment with our higher self and our highest calling and our dharma is our soul purpose, like the reason why we're here in this life, what we're meant to do, and how in order to become more and more in alignment, in order to ascend more and more into that higher version of ourself, it is necessary to make a lot of hard changes and decisions. And that means changing, who we surround ourselves with. That means changing our habits and our thoughts and our behaviors and our reactions and our beliefs, and really doing a deep dive and looking at all the things that are our truth, and consistently pivoting while listening to our higher self, while listening to our soul, while listening to our calling, while listening to the guidance that is for our greatest and highest good. And so one of the things that came up for me recently, and has been coming up a lot again in client sessions, but for me, this was a really big one, and being coached by Danielle McCleary. I feel like for at least my relationship with Danielle is more so, she's just a giant mirror. Like the things that I know, but may not have yet embodied, but I don't see it. I always talk about the importance of having coaching and the importance of mentorship, because we are too close to our own shit, quite frankly. Like we just don't see it. And sure, maybe we'll figure it out because we have that guidance within us. But I don't know about you guys. I want to figure out a lot faster, a lot easier, a lot more effortlessly, just seamlessly, right? And so that is why I have a coach, is for her to be able to not let me project my crap on her, but for her to be able, like me, say, hey, this is what's going on. And her say, okay, why? What is this? Why is this? What feels better? What if you did this? What if you didn't do this? And helping me, she's like I am secure and safe and comfortable with her as my sounding board for me to work through my own stuff. And that's been priceless, because truly in like no time flat, I'm making massive shifts that I already knew. I just wasn't able to sift through what needed to be done first, what needed to be done now, the things that I needed to let go of and transition through to make this process quicker. And so one of the things that we talked about right away was fitness for me. We talked about like what is on my plate, what are the things that I have to do, what is taking my energy, what feels like a leak, what lights me the F up, like looking at what my existence currently is made up of. And I realized very quickly that for me, a lot of my fitness offerings are just no longer in alignment with me. They no longer, I love fitness. I love wellness. I always will. But at this point in my life, at this stage, it is more of an energy drain than it is something that lights me up. And I'm at a phase in my life where there is no room for obligatory energy. There's no room for doing things because I feel like I have to. I feel like I need to. I feel like it's smart for me to do it, even if it doesn't feel good. Like if it's not a full body yes for me, it's just not, there's no room for it anymore. And that is a big part of my expansion and evolution, is that I need to honor that. When we talked about this, I literally started crying because fitness has always been the backbone of me. I have been working out heavily I haven't as much nearly since I've had Christopher, which is part of why I say right now it's not in super alignment with me. I don't know what's going to happen down the road, but at this point, fitness is just on the back burner. And it's been on the back burner for so long that like I had to look at it and be like, okay, clearly this is in misalignment in some way, shape, or form. Like clearly I would be doing it more and making time for it if it was something that was a priority to me that made me feel good. But right now, it's just not a priority to me, not consistently, not heavily, not like the way that it was before. But again, I'd been working out pretty much since high school ended, honestly. Like once high school ended and really once I was done with sports in college, my first 2 years of cheer in college, then it was like, I have been highly competitively active and fit my whole life. And now what, right? Like you're an adult and all of a sudden there's not really sports anymore. And so I turned to the gym. And then I competed for years, did really well, made it up to the national level, placed, like was doing really well. And then when obviously you guys know my story, but when I quit having a corporate job and having a real job, I looked at myself and was like, okay, what are my skills? What lights me up? That was fitness. So I started a fitness brand. I started a fitness app. I started personal training and I built up my clientele, and I have so much love for it and so much love for that version of myself. I would not be here in this place now if it wasn't for all this. I had to learn. One, I had to get on my own 2 feet. I had to use the skills that I had. And then I had to have clients and learn, okay, there is so much deeper going on here. Like when I'm in my sessions and I hear the things that my clients are talking about, and I'm like, they're hurting inside, and it has nothing to do with wanting to wear the bikini and wanting to have their body back after being a mom or whatever. It goes so much deeper than that. And that is what lights me up now, like getting to the root of that, healing your inner child, reprogramming your limiting beliefs, rewiring your money mindset, helping you to embody the highest version of yourself, helping you to find your purpose, helping you to find alignment, helping you to find freedom and joy and love and happiness and abundance and prosperity and wholeness and forgiveness and all of those things. Everything that comes after that is a plus. It's a bonus. It helps you get to that next version of yourself, the reality that you desire, that dream life. But it will not come to fruition without working on the foundation and all the other stuff that on the inside, most people will never look at by themselves because it's uncomfortable. And people don't like to get uncomfy. But what have I been saying for years now? I get comfortable being uncomfortable because looking at those things is what makes the transition, what causes the evolution, what causes the aftermath of the dream life coming into reality. And so I talk about this because I had to really swallow a heavy pill of laying to rest, in a sense, that version of myself where fitness and exercise and all those things were the highest on the pedestal for me, because they're not anymore. They're in my heart. They're important to me. I find it so important to move my body and take care of myself, but pushing myself to to the nth degree How much weight can I lift? How fast can I go? How much can I push myself before I feel like I'm going to vomit or pass out? Like that is just not of interest to me anymore, or my body or my nervous system that I've worked so hard to recalibrate so that my central nervous system is calm, so that the dream life that I desire speeds its way up into my reality. So I tell you these things, one, because if you need help with all of this, if you need help navigating this, I'm here for you. This is my specialty. Why do I have a coach if this is my specialty? Because coaches need coaches. And the more I care for myself, the better I can care for you and expand my knowledge and expand my horizon and expand my specialties. So that is what I'm here for you for. I am currently taking on clients for my 8-week one-on-one in-depth spiritual life coaching container where we will navigate all the things to help guide you to the version of yourself that you desire to be, to help guide you to that dream life, to help guide you through reprogramming and healing and releasing and just speeding up your evolution. And most importantly, me teaching you the skills that you need to be able to do it for yourself moving forward. I do not believe in like you needing me all the time for the rest of forever. That was the same way with personal training for me. Like I want to give you a good foundation and teach you all the skills so that you can go do it. I don't want you to have to rely on me forever. I am really big. I'm a big proponent of empowering people to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, not needing to need other people, not needing to look outside of their other people once the foundation has been laid and once they have been given the tools. I also tell you this because I want you to take a hard look at what are some things in my life that are no longer in alignment with me. What do I mean by they're no longer in alignment? They don't fill me up. They don't light me the F up. They don't feel good anymore. I feel like, oh, I don't want to do this. I just have to get it done because I committed to it. Where are you overcommitting? Where are you like setting yourself up to be obligated for things that no longer turn the lights on? This can be uncomfortable. I literally cried. I mean, my license plate says DM Fit. Like being Fit D has been my identity for over a decade. But I can't reach that highest level of myself and my highest level of my purpose and fully fulfill my dharma, my life purpose, being that old version of me. As Danielle said, you cannot have one foot from the past on the gas as well as the future you on the gas. Like you can't be in both places at one time when it comes to expansion and evolution. You have to choose. You have to honor and love and let fall away the versions of you that are no longer serving your greatest and highest good, and love every aspect of you that has gotten you here. Truly, I would not be who I am without these versions of myself, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So I honor that and I love that. I love myself in all stages of this journey. And so I will leave you with that, my friends. I love you so much. I really hope you do a quick deep dive with yourself. As always, sending you so much love and light. I am going to take a quick moment to ask you to please, if you have not, take a moment to go leave a 5-star, but more importantly, written review on whether you're listening to this on iTunes or whether it's Spotify or wherever you are listening to this on. If you could do that, it would mean so much to me. I love reading them. Truly, I just want this podcast to keep growing and meet more people. And the more written reviews that this podcast has, the more iTunes or whatever platform will organically promote this podcast and raise it in the ranks so more people see it. And that's all I want to do is help everyone. And again, it just really lights me up when I see those messages. So please do that. And if anything in this episode resonated with you, share it on Instagram, tag me, tell a friend, all the things. Let's get the word out there. I need your help in that. You doing that helps me. And that just fills me with so much love and joy. So again, sending you love. Have the best day, the best week. And I will see you next time on Empowered with Deanna Merlino podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.